And I don't know about you, when I think about the different things I've done in my life, man, how have I been blessed? We've lost so many people in recent years, and I'm trying to do my part to help people stay alive. Now, I don't know about you, but I was brought up on comic books. I think the first book I ever read, that wasn't a school book, front to back, was like either Spider-Man or The Incredible Hulk or something like that. So to be able to do things like this, wow, and I guess it's not a big thing to other people, but to me, I think it's huge because you can tell stories using the comic books. You can take stories even with cartoons. So I'm leaning to even horror comic books.
Love you all.
So my intentions was, and still is, to help you guys realize how important you really are. And it bothers me, regardless if you guys are supportive or not. Your life is important to somebody. Make it important to yourself. This is what happened with me. My mother got on my case. 2016, I came back to the Bronx, and my mother says to me, "Don't you know what you was doing?" And I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? She says, "You did incredible things." And I'm like, okay, I didn't think about it because it was something I was doing, not something I was studying to do. I was just doing it. But I said, you know what, let me see what she's talking about. So I started studying myself, forums, sparring, old videos, and I started asking people. Thanks to Billy Beason, he said some videos too. And I was like, oh my gosh, as a third person spectator, I was impressed. But I remember also my mindset used to be this, honey. Look at what I used to think. And it happened. I used to think, the reason why I didn't want to spar and do something like, just go to a point and make believe. Well, besides the fact that my mother, she hated that. Oh my gosh, she hated it so much. I got some clips of her doing it. But I didn't think about it until now. Literally, I didn't want to look at my own videos and be like, that guy sucks. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to look at my own videos and be like, oh, the guy was running. He was ahead by 1 point and he jumped out the ring. Yes, I know people do that in the sport and they don't give a hoot. Because they say, people just remember, that you won, not how you won. But to me, I didn't care about winning and losing. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't embarrassed seeing to my mother or to the people who cared about me. Because like I seen guys, they became #1 fighters in their division, and they would score 1 point and just run, get hit in the arm, throw themselves on the floor. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, who the hell wants to do that? That might be martial in the sense of survival, but it's not like Bruce Lee stuff. Like, to me, the comic books with superheroes, whoa, that's why the other day I did the Fearless Fast character. That's why I say I'm 20-20-20. Maybe I'm 10-10-10. I don't know. But I get excited. Like, if you look at that character right there, that is actually me. It looks like me. It is me. And I'm in the comic book.
Un poquito.
Yeah, I have to be, because most people, when I tell people I've probably done about 10% of the things that I wanted to do, they think I'm joking around or being humble. Listen, I am not humble. I'm just honest. And honestly, I know people can do so much more. It saddens me for me to think that we have the UMAN OG Fountain of Youth tournament this Saturday coming, and you would expect at least the people who came the first time to come. And if they did right now, that would be a great foundation, that we were built from that. But since then, so many have just drifted away. They stopped training, and I get it. The winter time is kind of hard, and people. So people have injuries, but you know what? My body does not hurt because I'm working out, but I'm working out at a low impact. And I shared with you guys, laying down on the sofa, throwing my kicks, and then holding on to something, throwing my kicks. You don't want to injure yourself. And if you're injured already, you don't want to make things worse. So I completely understand that. But when it comes to, again, I say it all the time, whether it's patches, topical, internal with, actually, can I get the 2 little bottles over there, huh? I didn't take my CMOS today. Even something like this. I don't need it right now, but Ty, and I don't mean Master Ty from Philadelphia, she started her own line, just like Tiger Bomb, but it's called lifting. and she's doing some incredible things with her yoga. Let me see the bottle, so I'll just show you guys. So here you have some chili, or shai. I don't even know how to pronounce it, damn, but I can take it. Right? And then you had inside of it has some ashwagandha, which is a mushroom, and it also has what is that? Prodiola rosalia. I don't know. I think I went to school with her. And then it has some sea moss and some ashwagandha and some black seed and some ginger. Just nutritional stuff, guys. You know, some people call it expensive pee, but I'd rather have expensive pee than to be at the mercy of what would be the drugs that the doctors give you. They call it medicine, but medicine is supposed to heal you. I don't call that medicine. To me, I call those drugs because that's what they are. They're drugs, and they don't even help you. So, again, I'm on a mission to motivate people and give them a platform in order for them to really perform and do better. Again, that's my cartoon, one of the many ones, and I attempted to do that for a lot of people, but then, to be honest with you, I just didn't get the enthusiasm back. Like, I was more excited about it for them. Even like when I made songs and stuff like that, I got excited for people, but they got excited and then they drifted away. So, and I knew that was like way beyond the call of duty of what would be managing somebody. I'm not their managers. I really not. Even though I was trying to act as if I was, because to me, using AI and technology, your own comic book, you can tell your own story. So you know, it's something that when you print it, like Senpai Franklin Rodriguez, he printed his, and we saw it this weekend.
And that was awesome.
Wasn't it so cool?
It was amazing. I said, oh my God, that's cool. Again,
life is short, so you need to develop what would be moments, you know? Moments. You know, I do have to apologize that my energy level has been dissipated. And there's a little backstory to it. For example, when my little bit gets seizures, it drives me crazy because it throws me off. Every single seizure that she gets reminds me of all the other ones all combined into one. And there's so many different episodes where she got, you know, stitches and all types of crazy things. And she had two very, very light ones. They were light. But during sleeping, so in the last few days, I've been dealing with that and a few other things. And it's made, you know what, you don't sleep enough. I don't care who you are. We're all human. If you don't sleep enough, then you might get a little hangry. You know, sleep and hungry combined, hangry. Or you start jumping to conclusions, or you start making excuses. And all of us are human. But I try to stack as much positivity as possible. And when I'm learning, I'm actually excited. So yes, I'm the one that actually put together the magazines, the newspapers, article. I didn't show those. Wow. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. For the next few days, since we're winding down the Fountain of Youth this Saturday, guys, listen, if you're going to be a judge, then you contact me, no problem. If you're going to be a spectator, then you know it'll be $50 at the door or $75. And the people who ask, why are the spectators so much? Because you're not watching some little boys and girls. You're watching pioneers and legends. It should probably be more than that for whatever's worth. And there's also financing there, what would be prize money. Eventually we'll get sponsors, and I'm not turned off at all, guys. I am motivated. I'm shocked that more people didn't pre-register. That I am, but that's okay. I know that old school wants to do things at the door, which means that we're just gonna have to start things at 10 o'clock. The door's gonna open at 9:30. Is the black belt meeting. Doors open at 9. If you're a black belt, you can get there at 9 o'clock. Doors open at 9 o'clock. 9:30, we're going to have the black belt meeting, which is crazy. I haven't had a black meetings in years. That's probably the easiest way for me to do things. And then start at 10 o'clock. And I'm not sure how many people will be there. You know, I just know we had just over 20 that registered. And then today, people were contacting me. I can't lie. People were contacting me today. I'm sure tomorrow will be contacting me. So whatever. Regardless, September 19th is going to be the big one because it's going to give me 6 months now. And I have people now that are reaching out to help me. Yes, help me. Timekeepers and scorekeepers. And I'm working on some official uniforms for the referees. I want to make it legit like that. So I forgot about that. I had made some. Can you go get one in the room, please? Yeah. The referee top. Because this is exciting to me. You know, I got to give props to Mongoose, Kevin Thomas, because he helped redirect me, even though I already had done it to myself. Because yesterday, I was upset yesterday. I'm getting ready to go to a funeral, sad situation. Abdulaziz' son, Radiant, passed away, and then I'm like, I don't like going to funerals, especially with a child that literally was the same age as my son. So I wasn't too happy, and then the wrong people said the wrong things, and I'm like, man, you know what? And I went off. And I went off. And it had nothing to do with anyone in particular. It's just in general. I don't like when people say to me, I can't compete because I'm hurt. It bothers me. Like, why are you hurt? Like, work on, and people saying, well, I didn't do it on purpose. Yes, you did. If you don't have your abilities to the level where you can exercise, remember, you're out of shape, so 15 minutes, you can't work out. I mean, let's keep it real. You can't hold the horse stance for 5 minutes if you do it properly. You can't even hold it for 30 seconds. So making excuses doesn't go too far with me. Like, I don't do the bendito. I don't do the bendito. In my house, my mom said bendito hermano o primo de jódete, something like that. In other words, I don't like to, when they're injured and even if they're sick, if they cause it themselves, I'm saying, but didn't you know that eating that stuff is going to cause you to have high blood pressure, diabetes, and all those other things? And I know that might sound mean, but I was the sick kid that was around nothing but sick people. Everybody in my family was obese and they had high blood pressure and so on and so forth. Yeah. So check this out. I did this years ago, many years even before this, probably 20 years ago initially. Then I came up with another version of it. And this here is an official referee Rexu top. Now at the time, my partners was Max Martial Arts. And literally, it still has the, if it doesn't have the number 1, then it isn't, So I still have a few of these tops that I'm actually going to bring to the tournament. And this is going to probably be, because this is what happens. A lot of the referees don't even have uniforms anymore that even fit them. They're inactive. So I was thinking, if someone wants to really be involved and still help out with the cause, and props to Golden Feet today, who he was pumping it up, and even Derek Williams, and who the heck was it else? Somebody else that I had to send the flyers to immediately. Skeeter. Anyway, a bunch of people right now have woken up. Even though it's a week before the event, we still got some time, come on down. We're going to have a wonderful, wonderful time. People still coming from different places. Now, there might be a little challenge from people coming out of state because of that TSA thing, but hopefully that'll be resolved as fast as possible. But let me get some feedback on what do you think about the referee tops here, because these tops here, to me, and they were made long at the time. Maybe I'll make them shorter. They were made long because the rules used to be that the elbows, the gis back in the days, or the uniforms had to be 2 inches past the elbow. So I followed the criteria initially, and when I came back, they changed the rules because of the sponsors like Top 10, who was making what would have been considered illegal uniforms. So pretty much they bought the industry, so they sold out to what would be the sponsors, started putting up money. And I don't completely blame them, They're making a bunch of money, and I'm not. So who's the idiot, I'm not concerned about that. What I am concerned about is people competing and having a great time. Now I am committed to making the UMAN OG Unified Martial Arts Network, older guys, older girls, UMAN OG. The Fountain of Youth tour is what I wanted to call it, because to me, I want to find the Fountain of Youth, and my friend actually has a business in the town, St. Augustine, where there's a Fountain of Youth. So maybe I could pull off one tournament, if not this year, next year. It's not the biggest spots, but we could probably take over that whole city with the mayor and so on and so forth and do something really big. I'll start planning that sooner than later. But the reason why I use this location, the LPAC, is because literally it's a beautiful location, and I work hand in glove with them. They do some wonderful stuff, and I teach at the LPAC centers, or I should say at LPAC Center, and also their partners, which is the Flack Schools. So after school, myself and Master Ty, and also Senpai Franklin. So, LPAC gets props for me. But what do you guys think about it? Think about that. Your whole story can be in your own comic book. Man, just the thought about that. I will be doing this for businesses, because they can put their entire story, the whole backstory, in their own comic book. Or imagine having your own comic book of a child or of your family, just to give the history, or your grandma, and so on and so on. So sky's the limit in terms of potential. Contact me, guys. And this is just one style. This is called American, what do they call it? American comic book. But then there's one called the manga. Manga is the Japanese style. I'll put that up there tomorrow, the manga one. I don't know what else to say, guys, because we're winding down. It's a little late right now. I'm kind of tired. But I do want to say I appreciate every single person who participates in whatever capacity. I'll say that again. And for those of you who can't make it this time, well, next time is September 19th. Now, I am going to be doing something really, really special, honey. Listen to me. This is going to sound crazy, guys. And I guess this is me understanding that times are really hard. So, at the tournament, two things can happen. You can actually pay $50 for the September tournament in the month of April, meaning from the tournament date and beyond. And then every month is going to go up $10.
Awesome.
So in May it'll be 60, in June it'll be 70, in July it'll be 80, in August it'll be 90, and then the tournament is September, so that's when it goes back to 100. And some people say, why don't you charge more? Man, I know times are hard. So I try to hook people up and give them all this extra stuff. Now, generally speaking, when someone pays $100 to become a member of like NASCAR, they might give them a patch and they only just accumulate their points. So I'm going to be putting our own rating systems together. And I am reaching out to a few people that will be helping. So please bear with me. Not so much at this tournament, but trust me, by the next tournament, we will be state-of-the-art. State-of-the-art when it comes to technology, but at the same time, true school. Not old school, true school. Because the truth is timeless, baby. And that's what it is. The UMAN OG Fountain of Youth National Tour is going to have some international competitors, God willing, for September. If you're watching this right now and you're from another country, get some of your OGs to come on down and play a little game of Kia. The headgear is optional. You know, the LPAC Center is located at 14 West 170th Street in the Boogie Down, Bronx, New York. 10452 is the zip code for those of you who need it. And they are hotels. It's off season when it comes to the Yankees. There's hotels all over the place. And yeah, you know, spectators they're gonna be $50. $50 at the door. And I've done it over and over again when I gave people break. But I have to just keep it regular. $50 at the door. First division is $100. Second division is $25 each additional division. So all specials are over with. Or as Fat Joe would say, yesterday's price is not today's price. I was using that last time, right? But yes, you can register for the September tournament for as cheap as what is it? $50. Or, and how about this? I don't know the numbers as of yet, but I think what I'm gonna do, hon, is I'm gonna do some special for the spectators too. If the spectators just want to watch, let's say, eliminations, then I'm gonna do. Let's see. Let's play with the numbers. Not saying this is going to be the case, but let's see if I can pull this off. Cause I do have a partner that's going to be at this tournament that's going to help me with the next tournament. So this is like a make or break to see if the partnership is going to work. She'll be at the front door, and it is one of my relatives. So I had to give it up because I try to hook everybody up, and that's not good. You know, I cut my own throat. Can't do that. But let's say if I'm able to pull off in the deal, if they pay $10, listen to this. In April, you pay $10. In May, you pay $15. In July, you pay $20. In August, you pay $25. No, that's not going to add up. We'll figure it out. Maybe we start at 15 and add it up 10 from there. You know what? I am crazy. I'm crazy to be involved in martial arts at this level, at this capacity, but it's because I love it, man. I really, honestly, there's nothing more that I enjoy than kicking someone to the head or watching somebody else do it, you know. And like I said, something like lifting, I'm proud of Ty. She turned around and she actually is doing her own product. But yes, everyone's going to be getting their VIP patch. This started in 2000. UMAN started in 2007, believe it or not. The Unified Martial Arts Network. And let's just see. Guys, thank you for watching. And all I can say is that I got faith.
I love you all. Thank you again for always worrying about me. Thank you. I appreciate it deeply with my heart. Thank you, guys. I love you all.
Yeah, we made quite a few good friends, right?
Yes. I love all of you.
Yeah.
And again, I'm very sorry if sometimes I can't remember anybody's name. Sorry.
That's one of the side effects, guys. One of the side effects of getting seizures is amnesia.
Yeah.
So sometimes we watch the same movies all the time. Like,
Sometimes.
honey, but we seen it. She's like, for real?
Yeah.
Like, but honey, please. And you know what? The bad part is that I have a great memory.
Yeah, él tiene uno bueno.
Yeah.
Yo no. My two nanas are sleeping.
All right,
One
guys.
is hurt. Pray for her,
Oh
please.
gosh, yeah. Everyone has situations that you have to deal with, and I appreciate it. So getting away to a tournament sometimes is the best thing you can do. At least we get a chance to be our alter ego superheroes.
Come on down. Woo, woo.
All right, guys. ABC. Thank you very much.
See ya